I'm Sara Lowe, and I'm going to share with you my journey to become a locavore. A locavore is a person that likes to eat food that's produced within 100 miles of where they live. I will redefine locavore to be 60 miles from where I live. That will allow me to get wine and orchards in northern Michigan, or I should say southwestern Michigan, and a multitude of farms in northwestern Indiana, many of them vital for the provision of bacon. Lasting change does not happen overnight. It requires many decisions to be made, built upon one another. Last year, I did not know I was going to be a locavore when I planted my own garden in my backyard. I love planting that garden. I planted what I most often bought: tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, but I also had bees. I didn't have time for bees, so I realized I needed some more information. So I volunteered at the Unity Gardens. There I learned how to make compost and bunny poop into food. But I also learned how to grow food efficiently, and I met a lot of really good people there. I also wanted to see what it was like to grow food on a larger scale using organic methods. So I visited a farm. I chose this farm because of the piglets that were born just 3 days before. Future bacon? So I was really proud of what I grew that year. That became 12 pints of a delicious fire-roasted salsa that was gone in about 3 weeks. It was really good, and what I realized that I did by growing that garden is that I created food security for me and my kids. And I also realized that I have a front yard double the size of my back that I will turn up this year for some more food, thanks to my landlord. So I took a leap in my journey by committing to eat at least one local food every meal for a week. I combined what I grew with what I bought at the farmer's market from a trusted natural grower. I was also attending a class at IU South Bend that talked about food issues, and I learned that large-scale industrial farms damage the soil and jeopardize the ability for future generations to grow. In contrast, I learned that smaller organic farms are less dependent on fossil fuels, and so because of their size, their scale, and their proximity to my plate, they're not spending a lot of fuel. So what I learned in this journey that was most important to me is that with every food dollar I spend, I'm supporting one of two systems. The most empowering thing I learned about on this journey is that I have a choice. I can choose one of those two systems. The most practical and personal thing to me was how I spent my hard-earned money on food. I can't do everything, but what I can do, I must do, and I can support this community. So I looked at my budget. If I spend $100 per week, that's $5,200 per year. Just saying, if I shift part of my spending to local food, 20% is $1,100. Half is $2,600, and if I shift 90% of my budget on local food, that's $4,680. If everybody here in this room did that, we would keep more than $1.8 million in this economy every year. That's what I'm saying. So where can you go to buy local food? You can go to the farmer's market, but be conscious that not everybody grows organically, so know your vendors, ask questions. You can buy community shares of community-supported agriculture from farmers. I know a couple here. You buy it at the beginning of the year, and then you get free food every week for like 8 weeks. You can also buy from the producers at the Purple Porch Co-op. Some of them are influenced by what the consumers ask for, and that's a unique opportunity here in South Bend. Or you can also go out to restaurants like I like to do, and you can support farm-to-table restaurants. Fiddler's Hearth is right over there, and they build their menu on at least half of their menu is built on local food, and I'm proud to call that place my second home. It's true. But I have to say, I love South Bend. I really do, and there's a lot of people here with a lot of good ideas, and like me in my journey, it just started with the first decision to do something with that idea. Thank you.